I'm sorry, y'all. So this message is for all my black Americans, the true Americans, my black brothers and sisters. I just want y'all to know I am sorry, man, that white people came to y'all land, stole y'all land, and enslaved y'all. I'm sorry about that. There's no doubt about it. That shit was wrong and should have never happened.
How in the hell? I mean, it's an insult to me that you're going to ask me, can you forgive? How long have white people been doing this kind of evil to the darker people in the earth? Since they've been here. And when we make up our mind, we're not taking it no more. Because it's better to be dead than to live under tyranny all the days of your life. This is why America separated from England. The tyranny of King George was too much for them to bear. So what did they do? They decided death is better. So it was Patrick Henry that said, give me liberty or give me death. And until we come up with that kind of mind, I'd rather be dead than to live continuously under this kind of tyranny. And when you think like that, you'll do what is necessary to move the tyrant off of you. With the help of God, we will win if we fight. In your silliness are so forgiving. White folk ain't even asked for forgiveness. I want you to hear me. White folk haven't even acknowledged that they did you wrong. They have not repented for what they did to your fathers and what they're doing to you and what they plan against your future. But God knows their thoughts, their plans, and because He knew them before they came into existence, He planned their destruction before they were born. I want you to hear me. Yeah. How could you forgive the white man for all the evil that he has poured on us even to this very moment of time? How could you forgive him but won't forgive your mother who made a mistake, or your father, or your brother, or your sister? See, we're going to build a nation that's going to live. So death has to come off of us. The death of this world has to come off of us as we wash.
Whatever, the biggest misunderstanding about a movement is not what it is demanding, but what people assume it is demanding. That question sits at the center of these discussions involving Minister Louis Farrakhan. His message focuses on justice. It focuses on self-resilience, community protection, and the long struggle of Black Americans to be treated as equal human beings within a system that they believe has repeatedly failed them. Otherwise, this is the kind of a video that we are going to watch today. And remember, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, I'll be back with my 2 cents.
I saw an article that referenced that the FBI, the CIA, and every other government agency of authority should have Louis Farrakhan investigated and arrested because he called for 10,000 people, 10,000 men to come forth to kill white people.
Well, I've been investigated by the FBI. They can go to hell. The CIA right along with them. I don't fear that. If I were like the rest of the Negroes that fear the FBI, the CIA, the IRS, then I would be like them, scratching where I don't itch, bending when I don't have to. No, God is present today. They need to be afraid. I'm talking to the CIA, the FBI, the IRS, the U.S. government. Brother, He said, I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just and that his justice cannot sleep forever. Well, his justice has awakened, and all over the world, the nations are turning against America. America the Great is falling right before our eyes, and that's why Trump is saying we got to make America great. How? When? Again. Because she's not great today. People are not afraid of her. ISIS and ISIL over there, they want America to send some troops back so they can send them back in body bag. People are not afraid. The world has taken enough of America's evil. So death is sweeter to some than continuing to live under white supremacy and under tyranny. So no, I don't care nothing about them investigating me, or arresting me, or even killing me. But I tell you what, I'll give you a little warning. You killed your last man when you killed Dr. King. You will not get that chance to do that to me. And if it pleases God that you do kill me right after you kill me, all of you gonna die. Because I'm not here by myself. I'm not here of myself. You can see that God must be backing me. Otherwise, where would I get the strength to say and do what I do? No, man, it's our time now. And it's their time to tremble in your boots. And believe me, you will meet the God that backs me 10, 10, 15. It's justice or else. And let me tell you, that man asked, well, what is justice? Let me tell you what justice is and why we don't beg nobody that don't have it in their heart to give us nothing. Justice is the greatest principle of fair dealing. Have we been treated fairly? Have women been treated fairly? Have the soldiers been treated fairly? Have the Native Americans been treated fairly? Have the Mexicans been treated fairly? Have the people overseas under American foreign policy, have they been treated fairly? I don't think so. I know they haven't. Justice, he said, is the greatest principle of law that distinguishes between what is right and what is wrong. Have we been treated with justice in America? Have the Native Americans been treated with justice? Have the Palestinians been treated with justice? Why is there revolution brewing in every country on the earth? The young are rising against their governments. No, I know what justice is, but the justice you got to worry about today is what Elijah Muhammad said. Justice is the weapon that God will use in the day of judgment, which is right now. And what is the weapon? As a man soweth, the same shall he also reap. As thou hast done, so shall it be done unto you. Can you handle it when it comes back home? Can you take it when you give it? Can you take it when it comes back to your door? That's the justice that I seek, and I seek it from the God of justice. But I'm coming to Washington with the help of others to lay the case for justice before the world so that the world can see what we are up against and what America is up against. But I'm not dependent on you to do nothing but what you usually do, make promises only to deceive. No, our trust is in God, and he has promised that he will deliver us. He has promised that he will give us a land of our own, and we know he don't break his promise.
So your message to the 10,000 men that you called for.
Oh, yeah, let me get to that. I never said we're going to get 10,000 fearless men who love death rather than continued life under tyranny to kill white people. I'm passionate, but I'm not stupid. Farrakhan wants to start a race war. Hell, you've been killing us ever since we've been here, 460 years. The war has never been on our side. It's always been on the side of white people against the rise of black people. You know that. I know that. I'm not calling us to kill white people, but later, when they made this viral all over the world, Farrakhan gonna kill white people, Farrakhan starting a race war, and the terrified Negro said, well, I was going to Washington, but oh Lord, I better stay home, because that crazy man, he's gonna take down our flag and all that kind of stuff. Now, I wanna dispel that foolishness.
Right here on the Rock Newman Show.
Thank you. The flag of America is a great flag. We respect that flag. No follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad you will ever see desecrating that flag, stomping on that flag, spitting on that flag, burning that flag. It's the flag of a great and sovereign nation. So we respect it, because one day we want to be a sovereign nation, an independent nation. So our God has come and he's given us a flag. It's the greatest flag in the universe. It represents the sun, the moon, and the star. And none of you could take it down, because none of you had a hand in putting it up. No, we're not trying to take down your flag. But what we are saying, you took down the Confederate flag. That's a symbol. What's the substance? It was treason for South Carolina to break from the Union. Oh, a civil war started. The Confederates lost, but the Confederate flag also lost. So you can keep that. That's a symbol of history that white people in the South are proud of. I don't care nothing about it. You can fly it any way you want, because it tells a story. But we didn't just catch hell under Confederate flag. Why the hell are we going to Washington now to talk about injustice? Under what flag are we still suffering? Under what flag were we enslaved? Under what flag were we picking cotton and serving in the South on sharecroppers' property? Under what flag was there 100 years of lynching? Under what flag were we deceived and betrayed, and the troops were taken out of the South? Under the Hayes-Tilden agreement. And then we were put back on the plantation as sharecroppers. Under what flag did that happen? Under what flag was Emmett Till killed? Under what flag have we been lynched? All the killings that have happened with the police, what flag do they have on their shoulder as they shoot us down? This is real. I respect your flag, but I can't pledge allegiance to it. I pledge my allegiance to God, and to him I have it all on him. I have nothing for you. So I can't go nowhere and fight for America. My fight is here. Muhammad Ali said, I can't go to Vietnam. The Viet Congs ain't never called me nigger. We put a black man in the White House and you're treating him like a dog. You call him a nigger. You say he's a Hitler. You say he's a
liar from the well of Congress.
Yeah. So, he knows now that he's nothing to them but a nigger in the White House that they intend to get out. Pardon me for saying it like that, but y'all know I'm telling the truth. What's wrong with most of you black people? You can't say it even though you think it. So I have to say it for you, because God has raised me for that purpose. Yes, brother, I respect the flag, and I'm not going out here to kill white people. But listen to what I said. I said, if, hypothetical, the federal government will not intercede on our behalf to give us justice, then we're going to have to rise up and kill those who kill us. Well, if all you white people are trying to kill us, what the hell are you afraid of? It's those that kill us that need to be terrified. We're not getting justice, brother. The law of retaliation is what I quoted. It's in the Bible. It's in the Quran. It is a prescription from God to ease the breast of those who are slain, and the parents and loved ones that have to live after their babies are killed. And nobody goes to court. Nobody has ever gone to prison for what they've done to us. So yeah, I'm bringing 10,000 into the hood. Our community is a cesspool. Giuliani said it right. Y'all talk about white police killing black people, but you all killing each other more than we kill you. He didn't tell a lie. Every weekend we putting our people in hospitals. Every weekend our women can't walk the streets in peace. Our elderly are afraid. Our children are slaughtered. We've got to stop this. How can I go to Washington and you come with me and we talk about what the government is doing, and we are not talking about what we should be doing to bring peace in our own community?
I absolutely wanted to ask you about the responsibility of those in our community.
Well,
how you address that?
We're raising 10,000 fearless. What is their mission? Their mission is to stand in the gap between the guns. No punk could do that. No coward could walk with us and do that. You got to be fearless to walk in between guns of Bloods and Crips and guns of disciples and others killing each other. We love our people. That's our power. No preacher can go in the community and stop this. Reverend said to me a few weeks ago, Farrakhan, if I send my deacon out there, he's not going to get no results. But if you send your people out there, the young will listen. Why is that, Reverend? Because we love our people. We don't go to our people with guns. We don't carry guns. No follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is allowed to carry as much as a penknife. We are a people of peace, but we will fight with those who fight with us. So we're going into the community, but we want 10,000, but we got to train you, brothers, because you're filled with self-hatred. And we cannot allow you to deal with our people with a heart filled with self-hatred. But if you come to us, we will train you, we will teach you, so that your heart is filled with love for the people that you're going to serve and the people you're going to protect. And after we train you, we go into that community and make peace between our brothers, set up conflict resolution so that our women and children can play again in the streets and our elderly can walk the streets and feel safe. That's what the 10,000 fearless are for. And I believe there'll be 10,000 rising up in practically every major city who want to help bring peace in our community. But my dear brother, when that happens, you're going to expose the rogue cops. You remember Darren Wilson?
I do.
Darren didn't want to work in no white community. Why you want to work in the black community, Darren? So you can play God with a gun and a badge? So you can arrest black people who have done nothing? So you can kill us at will because you know the prosecutor is your friend, the union is your friend, the chief is not going to stand up. And so you kill us. You rape our women. Oh, yes, you do.
The Darren Wilson, by the way, that you're speaking of, is the gentleman that shot Michael Brown in Ferguson.
Yeah, that's him.
Ferguson,
that's him.
Missouri, right?
That is he. Well, when you shoot us down like that, the prosecutor rigged the grand jury. You know, the grand jury can indict a mouse or anything, a pig, anything that they want to indict. Who the hell wants them to be our judge and we got to go before them for justice? The prosecutors are liars. Look at that judge who came off the bench after they shot my sister, Melissa Williams, and Timothy Russell 137 times. And only one had to go to court, and the judge made sure that he showed where all the bullets went in, and that man walks. No others are indicted. If you and I today say, brother, we ain't got enough money, let's go rob the bank. You get your 45, I'll get my sawed-off shotgun, and we go in, and I'm passionate, as you can see, and I shoot somebody. Are you in there with me? When they catch me, and I'm going to tell them who was with me. That's what we do. And when you go to court and I go to court, I shot the man, but you were with me. Who goes to jail? Both of us. Who's charged with murder? Both of us. All of those that stood up on that car and shot those people, where are they? Where's the justice? See, that's what I'm talking about, America. That's what I'm talking about, black people. All this crap gotta end, and nobody's gonna end it until we unite like black intelligent men and women should and put a stop to our own evil toward each other and the evil that others practice on us.
We've got 10 minutes left.
Is that all?
That's all. Would you speak about, there is an onslaught of criticism, complaints, attacks against the Black Lives Matter movement.
Oh.
Will they be a part of the October the 10th, 2010, 10-15 march and rally?
October the 10th won't even exist if Black Lives Matter don't have something to say. These are our young people. These are young leaders for the future. They had the courage to say Black Lives Matter. They didn't realize when they said it that it would catch on. But Black lives do matter. And so white people came to join them, but they had signs, all lives matter. All lives matter. They want to change the narrative. Black lives do matter, and they should never change the narrative. You know why, my brother? Because really in America, it's black lives that don't matter. They're not being killed like us. Hispanics are being killed. Native people are being killed. And some poor people are being killed, white and black, but mainly us. So black lives matter, but do they matter enough to us that we would stop the killing in our own community? Where is black love for black lives that matter? We've got to teach our people out of the ignorance that has been imposed on us. And I close with this. Do you know why black lives matter? And why all black lives should matter? Because all lives that matter with God came from a black mother and a black father that brought all nations, all races into being. We are your mother. We are your father. So if our life don't matter that gave you life, we made you in our likeness. We gave you form and we granted you power over the fowl of the air and the fish of the sea, but it was only for a season, and the season.
Guys, I do really like the way Louis Farrakhan tries to put the black people at the light. He's someone who usually defends the black people, and I usually admire the way he raises some of the points. And guys, one of the strongest points he raises is the question of forgiveness. Farrakhan challenges the idea that forgiveness should simply be expected from black people. We live the deeper history of slavery, segregation, we have racial violence, and discrimination has not been fully acknowledged. And this raises an an uncomfortable question. Can there be genuine forgiveness without genuine accountability? For Farrakhan, acknowledging the past isn't about remaining trapped in it. It's about understanding what happened so that the same pattern don't continue, guys. Another major part of the discussion is his reference to the 10,000 fearless. And this is important because the initiative is sometimes misunderstood. You know, Farrakhan explains that his call for fearless men was not intended as a call to attack white people. Instead, he says an organized group that could protect black community or black communities, confront violence within those communities, and encourage peace and order. That is a very different message from what some people may assume when they hear the phrase fearless men. The broader idea is a community responsibility. If people believe that government institutions are failing to protect them, then Farrakhan argues that communities have to become more organized and more responsible for their own future. And this connects to his criticism of the justice system, guys. The discussions points to the experience of Black American with the policing, courts, and other institutions. The argument is that justice cannot simply be measured by what the law says on paper. It also has to be measured by how the law is experienced in real life. And if people repeatedly believe that the system treats them differently, trust in that system begins to disappear, guys. That is what Farrakhan emphasizes: unity and self-serience. The idea isn't necessary that people should separate themselves from society. It is that a community should develop enough strength, organization, education, and economic independence that its future isn't completely controlled by someone else. Another interesting part of these discussions, it concerns about American flag. You know, Farrakhan makes a distinction between respecting the symbol of a nation and accepting every action taken by that nation's government. His argument is essentially that patriotism doesn't require someone to remain silent when they believe their country is doing something wrong. And for him, his ultimate allegiance is to God. Whether you agree with that position or not, it raises an important question. Can you love a country while you still criticizing the system operating within it? Then the discussion moves towards Black Lives Matters and the young generation. Farrakhan expresses support for the basic message that Black Life Matters, while warning against losing the central purpose of the struggle. And that brings us to perhaps the biggest issue raised by the entire video. Who controls the story people learn about their own history? So, that much of a Western education presents history in a softened or incomplete way, guys. Now, that claim deserves examinations rather than simply being accepted. But there is a value in encouraging people to investigate history from a multiple perspective. Because history isn't only about memorizing dates, it's about understanding how today's society was created. Slavery didn't simply disappear without consequences. Segregation didn't disappear without leaving institutions and attitudes behind. And discrimination doesn't stop affecting people simply because a law has changed. Understand those connections helps explain why debates about race, justice, policing, education, and economic opportunities remain so powerful today. Ultimately, the message presented here is less about revenge and more about organization, accountability, community strength, and self-determination. You don't have to agree with every statement Farrakhan makes to recognize the larger question he is raising. What happens when a community loses faith in the institutions that are supposed to protect it? Does it give up? Does it become divided? Or does it organize, educate itself, protect its communities, and build greater independence? That's the question this discussion leaves with the audience. And perhaps the most important thing is to keep asking questions. Don't simply accept one version of history. Don't automatically reject another version either. Listen, research, compare the evidence, and then make your own mind. Otherwise, I appreciate you for making until this far, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And remember, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe.